Tom, over the break, I received word that the number of ProConnect users whose login data was stolen isn't 4.5 million like your company originally reported, but actually, it's closer to 170 million. Would you like to respond to this report?
Well, Kelly, that figure does not sound right to me. Where are you getting this information?
I can only tell you it came from a very reliable source.
Well, let me say I have trouble believing that report.
Apparently, the market believes it because I'm watching your stock price free fall as much as 40% right now.
An overreaction to falsified claims.
Wouldn't that mean hackers now have usernames, passwords, and email addresses for 170 million people? Information they could use to try and log on to other websites your subscribers use?
This is why I felt it was important for me to come here today and go public with the breach. To get word out to our valued customers to please change your login information. And not just on ProConnect, but on any other websites you use.
Have you been able to determine how this cyber attack occurred?
The initial source of the breach happened when one of our employees was using a wireless access point at an airport. Hackers can create fake hotspots that look like real ones, but really they're just traps, set up to trick unsuspecting users into handing over their login data.
So, let's say I go to my favorite coffee shop to get some work done. I open my laptop and I'm prompted by a screen asking if I want to use the free Wi-Fi. Is this what you're talking about?
Yes, and most of the time it's not obvious it's a fake hotspot because it will have a legitimate sounding name.
And what if I click to join?
Then every keystroke you enter after that will go straight to the hackers.
Scary. Another scary thing about this is that the perpetrator could be committing this crime remotely, from literally hundreds of miles away.
That's right. You could be the only customer in the location. Or maybe you're in a place where you've used the Wi-Fi before. You still need to consider yourself vulnerable.
Is there a way to tell if a public Wi-Fi hotspot is safe?
The best way to verify that a hotspot is legitimate is to ask an employee the name of the Wi-Fi service, or by checking for signage which may be posted somewhere with this information.
Well, thank you for joining us, Tom. And to all of you watching right now, especially those who might be viewing this through a Wi-Fi hotspot, you really need to have your guard up, because you never know who might be on the other end of that computer.
Okay. All right. Since we are here, we are done with this. Let's actually look at the quiz. Let's look at the quiz. Okay, there's only one question where we have to select what's actually applied. So what you should verify, how should you verify that a public Wi-Fi hotspot is legitimate? So how should you verify that a public Wi-Fi hotspot is legitimate? Okay, so let's look at all of these that apply. Okay, the first one says, if the Wi-Fi hotspot asks you to create a password, then it is safe to proceed. The second one says, verify the exact name of the hotspot for an employee who works there. The third one says, look for official signage at the location with the name of the hotspot to be sure it is the correct one. The last one says, if the name matches the place you are in, then it is safe to log in. How many of these things actually apply if based on the video that we just watched? The first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one. What do you guys think? If you are here and you follow through with the video, what do you guys think? Okay, so I don't know why I'm like that. Okay, so if the Wi-Fi hotspot asks you to create a password, then it is safe to proceed. This I agree with. Verify the exact name of the hotspot with an employee who works there. That actually can also, you can do that. Look for official signage at the location with the name of the hotspot. Be sure it is the correct one. Okay, this also makes sense one way or another. If the name matches the place you are in, then it's safe to log in. This, I'm not sure about it. So looking at these things, I believe that don't actually log on to a free Wi-Fi if you don't trust it or if you can trust it, especially when there is no password on it. Just like we watched from the video, and I believe that attackers actually do this. Crowded places, public places, they actually bring out Wi-Fi's and they make it free. You want to connect to this Wi-Fi, whatever that you type, whatever that you do on this particular Wi-Fi, these attackers actually can get it. And that is actually the video that we just watched. Okay. Now, since we are actually done, let's look at one thing also where we are looking at how we could pick passwords as our second module. So we are going to choose a strong password for this particular thing. Now, whenever we want to log on to systems, you actually know that passwords are the first line of verification. If you want to log on to your social media accounts, your Instagrams, your all of them, or any other accounts, company, corporate accounts, you need a password. That's the basic form of authentication. How do we choose these passwords? We have to look at things that we can do when we are choosing passwords. And I believe that once you know these things, well, it will help you to choose a stronger password for your corporate businesses or whenever you are creating a simple account. This can actually help you create a strong password. Okay. Now let's start this particular session. Now let's read. Passwords are like keys. We use them to protect our digital property from being compromised or stolen. Using a weak password is like using a skeleton key to lock the doors to your house. This is actually funny. Skeleton key. Okay, let's go to the next one. Now, when we actually have these things, we mostly it is two passwords that actually come. When we are actually doing this particular review, it is two passwords that actually count. Let me see if I can start all over again so we can choose. Let me see. You can choose these models. Okay, yes. Now, here are two examples of passwords. So we have password number 1 and password number 2. Now, if you are here looking at this particular thing, which password do you believe that it is strong? Is it password 1 or password 2? Which one of these things do you believe that it is strong? Password 1 or password 2? Anybody can tell us. Which of these passwords do you think it is strong? Okay, so looking at these passwords, you might be actually confused. Okay, this password actually has A9, it has the greater than sign, it has a dollar sign, and then it has other symbols also in here. And this other one is just plain, but it is phone school monkey pizza. And if you look at this particular password, this password is lengthy. So we can actually look at this password and say, okay, yes, although this password may seem less complex than the other one, it is actually much harder to crack due to its length. So password length is also important. Computers have gotten faster or have gotten fast using components available for purchase at almost any hardware store. Computers can make up to 250 billion password calculations per second. For each character over 8, your password takes around 100 times longer to crack. So, how to make your password strong? So, use easy to remember phrases like your favorite quote, your song lyrics, your nursery rhyme. So, if you actually have any quotes, It can actually be a Bible quotation. It can actually be any other thing. Nobody would actually suspect that your password is a Bible quotation, you see, and it could actually be a different quotation or something that's not popular, not like the common one that people actually know. And you could write it like you're writing the quotation with spaces and everything. A song lyrics can actually work. A nursery rhyme can actually work. Now, after this, we can add variations such as numbers, special characters, and capital letters. Now, the recommended password length is at least 12 characters. So if you are choosing a password, you have to make sure that the password length will be at least 12. Okay, so this is an example. If we took the phrase, Mary had a little lamb, and added a significant year at the end, such as the year you graduated high school, let's say it was 1998, it would take a computer calculating 350 billion character combinations per second about 41 decillion years to crack. This is 41 followed by 33 zeros. So choosing strong password. So here you can actually type in any word that you actually want to put in here so that we can actually pick a strong passphrase. So if you are to choose 3 different words, we can actually make it, let's say, let's make this Ghana, let's make this speed, let's make this tall, like this. So Ghana, speed, and the tall, and let me use this particular passphrase. Now, this particular passphrase is at least 12 characters long. Perfect. But then we can actually change few things about this particular password and then add other things to it. So we are actually choosing strong passwords, right? And then we can actually remove the A's and make it like this. So this is how you can actually choose strong passwords like that. So instead of the Ghana with the A, Ghana with the 2 A's, you make the 2 A's the at symbol, the speed, okay, the tall, you make it 0, and you have a strong password. So looking at this particular thing, we can now actually type the same password in here, and let's look at the time it will take a computer to crack this particular password. So let's try again, Ghana, for this particular speed. And then let's make the tall 0. So with this simple password, it will take a computer this number of years to actually crack. So this is 41 billion. Yes, this is 41 billion years. So time required to crack password. This is that. And even looking at this, we are looking at if that particular computer can do 360 billion combinations in a day, this is how long it will take to crack your password. So whenever you are actually picking password, you must actually pick a strong password. It could be a simple password, but then you remove certain characters and you replace them with other things. And it will be difficult for anybody to actually crack this particular password. Okay, so let's just finish this then. So the other thing is to avoid reusing old passwords, because if an attacker actually figures out one of the social media passwords, this hacker now knows you have an email account and a bank account as well. This hacker can now try to use this your password across multiple accounts. So looking at these groups of passwords, which one of them is so easy to find? And it's looking at these things. So when you look at this, we have Yellow Sunday and Yahtzee. Yellow Sunday, Yahtzee, Yellow Sunday, the same password for 3 different accounts. And this is different passwords for different accounts. Now let's look at this particular question. Which of these groups of password would most likely be more difficult for the hackers to figure out? So it is this one that is more difficult for the hackers to actually figure out, this one. Because every social media account, this is a bank account, Facebook account, email account, all these things have unique passwords. So looking at these particular password simulations, we can actually go ahead and answer questions about this particular thing. I still can't answer them. But then we learned that we can keep passwords, or we can choose passwords. We can choose stronger passwords. Password can be a phrase, a password can be a nursery rhyme, a password can just even be a quotation. But then after you get these things, you then remove things from inside and add new other things to the particular password. Because passwords are the major way or the main way we use to access our systems. Whenever we are going anywhere, it is passwords. If our passwords are safer, most of our accounts, or if our passwords are strong, most of our accounts are protected. So that's about today. We didn't start early, but we are ending here. We've actually watched the video of our Wi-Fi's, and we've also looked at passwords. So these two things, at least you've learned a thing or two from that. We will try and look at the whole thing and try to adjust the time and work on a few things. But then this is where we are ending Threat Intelligence Seminar. So if you guys joined and participated and listened to a thing or two, we are grateful for you to join. At least you come here to learn, regardless of wherever you are. As long as you are part of the organization, you're a student, you are somebody who is interested, we come here to learn. Okay, so we are ending this session. We will meet again next week. Please, next week, kindly join early so that we can start this session early. Okay, thank you guys once again. I'll see you next week. Okay.